Hello, how is everybody doing? How is your morning or afternoon, depending where you're at? Hi to Lynn and Helen. And how are you doing, Margaret? Let the people know.
I am doing well, getting caught up on a little task list of things that I gave myself to do for this morning. And now we get to read.
That's good. What are you going to be reading today?
I am going to be reading The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is the first time since I was a kid, I think, that I'm rereading it.
I think I'm reading that in December with the gang. We're doing like a private book club where we each pick like 2 books and someone picked The Hobbit. So
nice. I love the trilogy. I remember loving this. We'll see if it holds up. But like the vibes are very different.
Yeah.
Between the 2 books. But it's a classic for a reason.
Lynn is 46% into Blood Over Brighthaven. Ooh, I love that book. That was good. We'll be reading that today. And then Helen is reading Gods and Monsters. I'm hoping to finish it and love it. We have a Hobbit lover.
Yeah, that does not surprise me from Helen.
The Andy audiobook is amazing.
That is the audiobook that I have, and it's the audiobook that I'm going to be listening to because I specifically wanted to listen to that audiobook.
Hey, Princess. How's it going? I'm starting Brighter Than Flame, Swifter Than Scale. Something like that. I have a book club meeting today for it, and I haven't even started it, but it's only like 5 hours. The audiobook is only 5 hours, and I listen at like 2 times speed, so I should be able to finish it in time.
Nice.
It means until like 4 my time.
Mm-hmm.
It is called Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame. It's like a sapphic novella, Dragon Hunters.
Oh, that's exciting. Very exciting.
Your hair is whole mood today. Hello, y'all. I'm okay. That's good.
Hey.
Not sure how to take that. Oh, yeah.
It's a compliment. The literary reference in the name I'm not surprised that something as classic as The Hobbit would be also on your list of things you love. So.
Who's the guest?
I'm Margaret.
This is Margaret. If you haven't seen before, she's on TheWordN3rd. If you want to introduce yourself more.
Yes, my name's Margaret. I am TheWordN3rd, and I primarily read fantasy, sci-fi, and then a little bit of everything else, but those are my 2 great loves when it comes to reading. So if you like those books, you'll see a lot of content about that. You'll see I'm starting to work in some content about like tabletop role-playing games, specifically Dungeons and Dragons, and I occasionally run fun reading challenges and things like that.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, you have Fablin in the fall.
Yes, I do.
And you have one next month, right?
Yes, I have. The mid-year reading scramble is coming back for its 5th year. It is a readathon that started out as a weekend readathon because I was behind on my Goodreads goal, and I was like, well, I'm just going to focus on this for a weekend, and I did it with my friends. And then my friends were like, Margaret, why would you make this only a weekend? And so I was shamed into making it a month-long thing.
As the best work happens from shame.
They were just like, Margaret, who thought this was a good idea? And I was like, I did. We can do longer. But yeah.
So definitely check those out, y'all.
Okay. I'm trying to think about what I already know you like, Princess.
Yes.
Like, there are a lot that I would recommend. Like, as a sci-fi lover, I love. But they're also like, you got to get past the first book. So I don't want to recommend one that's like, because like there's The Expanse, but that one is very, you're in 2 dudes' heads, and one of them is very skeevy, and like the point of view characters get much better. I haven't read Project Hail Mary, but I've heard really good things about that. But
political intrigue. So like if you got a sci-fi that has like a lot of political intrigue or stuff, that might be helpful.
That might be good. I can make a list. Where's my friends over there? No, I'm looking at my list. This is How You Lose the Time War. That one's fun. It's short, it's quick, plus it's gay. There is The Sun Stars by Alicia Dow, which I love. And then if you like political and like weird, I would say, yeah, go ahead and give The Expanse a try. Because it's a big, chunky, thick one. I will warn you about Miller's point of view because he's kind of skeevy. But once you get, like, the first book, I love Jim. Miller is Miller. Hitchhiker's Guide is a really good one. Okay, no Expanse. Okay, we won't do it. Expanse is nice because you can read like the first 2 books and be done with it. But I have to get to my Goodreads to see what other ones I would suggest because I don't have a lot of my favorites. What do you mean I don't have a Goodreads account? I do have a Goodreads account, bitch.
The internet always finds a way to mess with people.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't suggest people start with The Expanse.
I don't need another 5+ series unread on my shelf mood.
Yeah. That's when I feel like if it intrigues anyone at all, watch the show first. And if you like the show, start reading the books. Anne Leckie. Yeah. What is the I don't know if it's Anne Leckie, but hold on. Yeah, Arcady Martine's A Memory Called Empire. That's a really interesting, complicated political like mystery. The main character has been thrust into this position of being basically the senator for their planet, which is a very like off the path backwater planet. So they're not entirely caught up, but their predecessor was murdered, and so they're both trying to solve the murder and deal with a whole bunch of changing things in this empire because it's really a like thing of upheaval. That's a 3-book series, if I remember correctly, Princess. So I say that, but then I'm not watching.
I wasn't gonna say anything, Princess, but I just know I was watching that. And then Lynn reads sci-fi and loves Hitchhikers and loves Project Hail Mary.
It's not really political, but if you want a murder mystery, The Darkness Outside Us by Elliot Schrafer is fun. It's a little bit of a mystery, and it's super gay.
That was fun. I read that one. That one was fun. I haven't read the sequel yet.
Yeah. Another good series to start that I think is really accessible for people who don't read a lot of sci-fi is the Murderbot Diaries. They're primarily novellas, but they're interconnected. So you get into politics as you go throughout the rest of them because some of the stuff starts coming out. But yeah, it's quick, it's fun, it's a really easy, accessible world, and I really like that. Yeah, I need to read anything that is Andy Weir because I keep meaning to, and then I keep not getting to it. Someone needs to bully me.
Well, you're the perfect spot for that.
There you go, right there.
The first 2 Murderbot. I enjoyed the Murderbot 1. I read Murderbot 1, and it was fun. I want to check out the show.
He's so grumpy and mad that he cares about people. It's adorable.
And they're quick, so that's always good too.
They are. They're really quick. They have great audiobooks. Yeah, just some of my favorite sci-fi books. I have to find room on them on the shelves.
I didn't say it, but we are doing our first sprint at 10:15. It is 10:09, so 15 after we'll do our first sprint.
Cool. So we got 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna do 45 minutes, and then we'll do a little talking, and then another 45 minutes.
Nice.
And then continue. I'm planning for us to end at 1 today, people in chat. So that is the goal. So we're going to about 1. But yeah. I don't know how June is already almost over. We're on the last week of June.
Don't talk about it. I still have so much prep I have to do for next month.
I feel it. I have not been reading at all, really. I need to start and finish this audiobook today, and then I need to finish what is it called? Don't Let the Forest In. I'm at the 51% mark. But I'm like, I needed to be done with this book like a week ago so that I could read other stuff. It's just life's been lifing.
That was me also reading it. So I I finished one book. I started a couple that are good. I just haven't like been in a big reading mood, but I finished, I think it's Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky. It was for a book club. I think the book club has already passed, but I had a good time reading it.
That's good. Yeah, I read The Thrashers by Julie Stoto earlier this month for a book club I couldn't even going to, but it was good. It was enjoyable. And then I read The Night and the Moth and loved that.
Ooh, I need to read that. I keep meaning to go to my indie bookstore's book club. And I read the books. It's just that I end up reading them. I'm in the mood for them like later in the month and they do the book club. It's like, oops, my bad.
Yeah. I go to mine, but that's like my only in-person interaction with people. That's not work.
Oh my God. Right.
In-person interaction.
I feel that. It's that or it's me at the library. Because like my librarians have known me since I was a small child. There's no way I can't, like, I love them. So there's no way though that I can walk in and not have like it's going to be at least 10 minutes if I walk into my library.
I am just so scared to finish Red Rising. I am on book 3.
Finish it. Eat the frog, princess.
Yeah. I have not read any Red Rising. And I
haven't read it yet. I want to.
But I've heard good things.
I don't know what you do to your ankle, man.
It acts up. I sprained it and just like will be causing pain recently, but it's fine. I
have a hip that's like that.
Like it'll just cramp up and then it'll be like I need to like be careful on how I walk for the next couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at work yesterday and it wasn't too bad, but it's just God damn it.
That's hard, especially when you have like a job that requires you to be on your feet. It can be so hard to have something that's going on with your anything that you have to stand on. So
hey Audrey, how are you doing this morning?
Hello.
Okay, we got 2 minutes, but I am excited for my book. It's Sapphic Dragons, Hunters, and Queens. So that's all I need to know.
That's got to be good, right?
Yeah. It's not too bad. It's not like I heard it. So it's just like being difficult.
Bodies do that. It's annoying.
Yeah. It's just like, come on. I want to have just an easy day. And then it makes falling more easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking like a certain way to stay off my ankle.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a fun, quick read. Okay. I'm excited. Helen read it before me.
Nice.
It's good when your friends steal the books you're going to read. I need to also film my July TBR today.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I need to film that.
Oh, I don't know when I'm filming I'll need to film it soon because I have a readathon to promote, but I need to film my mid-year freakout, I think, first, because I want to get that up before June is over.
I want that
I also need to finish my BookNet Fest blog before Rachel literally shows up at my house and yells at me. Because I'm already getting text messages of, when is it going up?
I just filmed that yesterday, and I'm already seeing people uploading theirs.
It's still June. I still have 8 more days. 8 more days of reading.
My TBR always goes up the last Friday of the month.
Yeah.
So that's how I do mine. But I'm going to do my mid-year freakout tag. I want to do that in July because I want to consider all the books of the first half.
Exactly.
So I do the same for like my top 10 books of the year. I do that in January because I want to like consider all of December.
Yeah. I do a 12-day end of the year thing because my birthday is on the 27th of December. So I do the 12 days of Margaret instead of the 12 days of Christmas. And the last 2 days are always my worst books of the year and then my best books of the year.
I don't really do a worst books of the year video just because when I don't like a book, I don't finish it. I only have like 1 or 2. I don't have enough dislike books a year to be like that I read the whole way through.
It's like worst or most disappointing.
Yeah.
But I'm also super fucking nosy and also an internal optimist. So I always feel like it could get better. Sometimes it does.
I'm okay. Just finished the school year. Love that for you. Feeling lots of emotions with everything that's going on in the world. Feel that. It's a dumpster fire. But just gonna go in a forgetful mode and get stuff done in the house. I feel that.
Yep.
Just do it. We gotta do what we can. It is crazy out there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will talk with that shit later.
Yeah.
So, especially since things can change so quickly right now. So I'm just gonna do what I can and try to keep myself sane.
Let me just change. I hate this cozy fireplace one. We'll do this pretty one. Okay. Now we're gonna start the timer, and I'll start in 45 minutes.
See you.
that was the first sprint. How did everybody do?
Give me a second. Bless me. I got 15 pages read.
That's good.
Yep.
Right.
It's good. It's a wild way to start a book, but it's delightful.
Well, that's good. I'm about an hour and 38 minutes in, so I'm 33%.
Yeah.
Of it, and it's good. I'm enjoying it. It is interesting. I like where we're going so far.
Nice.
Yeah, our government just announced massive budget cuts in education during the last school week, and the chaos in the world. Audrey is in Canada.
Yeah.
For added information.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest there's a good podcast that I like to listen to. It is more U.S. centric, but it covers stuff around the world. But it's called "It Could Happen Here." And basically, what they're doing is going. It's already happening throughout the world. Is the premise of the podcast of talking about like reporting on stuff that's happening, and a lot of it is U.S. centric right now. But it is a really good podcast for helping keep a good head on your shoulders when you're watching fascism overtake your country. So, like they're really good at like giving you the information without and covering a wide range of stuff for the topic, but not fear mongering. Like saying, okay, this is what you need to worry about. This is what you don't need to worry about. Like they had an entire episode of for different people. At what point do you go, I got to get out of here? So.
That's the part about being on TikTok that sucks, is just how much fear-mongering is on TikTok.
Yeah. And how much of it, like, this is the thing that frustrates me about the way, because here's the thing is I love the idea of the No Kings protest, because I think that you've got to have a first step for people that this is this is baby's first activism, right?
Yeah.
But they were also telling people to do stuff that we know from previous protests leads to people getting tracked down by the cops and puts people in danger.
Don't take your phones to protests.
Don't take your phones. Don't post pictures online. I do think it's important to take videos and stuff if you can. If you need, like, if people need it for evidence and stuff, but don't sign up for any registries. If a protest is saying, hey, this is a registry, don't sign up. Just don't. It doesn't matter how good their intentions are. If that gets in the wrong hands, it's a problem.
Or if you're gonna have your phone, put it on airplane mode. Just and stay quiet. Don't say shit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy to get mixed up with everything. But Helen is 8% red. So that's good. I think you've gotten to the exactly no dogs or kids. I don't understand.
Somebody oh my God, who was it? I really like her. She was talking about the difference between a protest and a demonstration. And she was talking about the fact that No Kings was more of a demonstration than a protest. Basically, if you're asking permission or like, it was interesting the way that she was talking about it. But it's really interesting to kind of, who was it? Somebody suggested bounce houses. And I was like, what? I understand what we're trying to do here is to like show that this is non-violent and that like it's not a threat, like it's peaceful. But the reason that your protest is peaceful is because right now it's primarily white people. That's the only thing. That's the only difference between the protests that are happening now.
Or that they're seen as, let's not say that they're peaceful because of the way they're seen as peaceful. Let's word it that way. Okay, you're with the Mer people. Okay. Love that.
Nice.
She's reading the Serpent and Dove trilogy.
Oh, cool.
Which is one of my
I read the first book. I'm still mad about one scene because in the snow, it was snowing. Why are you taking your clothes off when you're outside and it's snowing?
In the Serpent and Dove book? I'm trying to remember.
There's an entire scene.
I know from Blood and Ash has one in the snow, which didn't make sense. I'm trying to remember Serpent and Dove, but
it does. There's a cot outside. And I'm not sure if this is more an Ace thing or a Floridian thing, because you would not get me to do either one when you could just go in.
Fair.
Like, the inside was right there.
That's fair. I don't know. The suspension of disbelief.
My disbelief could not be suspended for that one. Usually it can be, but it could not. I would just like judging.
I feel it. As a comedian, though.
That was basically Hardback Hoarder's reaction when I was talking about it too. She was like, I mean, when you're horny and a teenager, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, you don't think these things are logic.
I stop being able to function when I am cold. There's no way.
I feel it.
Literally, all I want to do is turn into a bear and hibernate when it's cold.
I was going to show everybody. I talked about this. I don't know if it was my last sprints or whatever, but I did get this notepad I wanted to show off. I got it at Pride.
Ooh.
This was a notepad.
Era. I love it.
Yeah. Because I went to Pride last week, and then I just walked around and looked at the little venue shops they have.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Ooh, 126 pages into Blood and Honey, book 2 of Serpent and Dove.
Nice.
Yeah, me, Princess, and Helen are buddy reading the series. I just finished the last book last week, or Monday, I think. And Helen's in the middle of book 3, and Princess is on book 2.
God.
We're gonna do our next sprint at the 15-minute mark.
Beautiful.
So, a couple minutes. We'll do another 45. Let's see. I had something to talk about after sprints, but then I had my dad made burritos, and I got distracted. And I was like, "Oh shoot!"
Burritos are distracting.
Yeah, as they should be.
I need to what's the word? I need to make. Well, I guess it's lunch at this point, but I need to make food.
Yeah, brunch.
So nice.
I'm glad. I'm excited for you. That means you'll have 2 series finished this month.
Good job. Finishing series is such a hard thing when there's so many books to read.
True. I need to go.
Oh, I was gonna say I used to just blow through series like it was nothing, and now I'm like, what is a sequel?
Same. I feel it. I need to get to book 2 of the Jasmine Throne this month.
Okay.
I'm trying to finish 4. I have 4 big series. I'm trying to read this, not big, but just 4 series. I'm trying to read this year. And I'm on the 2nd series now, so I'm on Jasmine Throne trilogy.
I meant to sit down. And make a list of the series that I needed to finish. But that was in January, and we're in June now. So it might get done this year. It might get done next year.
And we'll see.
You're welcome.
Princess says, I keep spelling your name wrong. How do you spell it? Is this the correct way?
You've got it almost right. You need a second A. So it's Margaret. It's pronounced Margaret by most people. Although if I'm spelling it to someone, you'll hear me pronounce it Margaret, kind of Margaret. Like Galinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one pronounces the second A technically. But you know what? I had a coworker that, despite my name being in my email, spelled it Margareette. Yes, that is correct, Princess.
Oh God.
I was like, Alanis, it's in my email. It's in my signature. I've made it really big. How are you so
right there?
That is exactly it.
Yeah. Speaking of Galinda, did you see the Wicked 2 trailer yet?
Oh, I saw the Wicked 2 trailer the moment it came out.
Same. Ugh,
I'm very excited.
So good. I'm so excited for Wicked Part 2.
I I know Act 2 is the weaker act, so I'm excited, number one, for what they're going to expand. And then number two, even though it is the weaker act, Act 2 is my favorite act. It has the best song.
I think so. I think I go between No Good Deed.
Oh, easily the best song in the musical.
Yeah. And then I really, really love Thank Goodness.
Thank goodness. Okay, as a soprano, Thank Goodness is so much fun to sing. Like, oh my god, you get to hit, I can't hit those notes anymore, but you get to hit all the high notes. And then as someone who is a belter, I love No Good Deed. It's one of the harder songs in the musical.
Yeah.
Which most of them are not really technically that hard, but like it is one of the harder songs in the musical. And it's just like all of the songs in Act 2 are just banger after banger after banger after banger. You have As Long As You're Mine, you have No Good Deed, you have For Good.
And yeah, it's so good. I can't wait. I'm so excited for part 2. I'm so excited for just exactly what they change, what they add to the story.
I can't wait to see people who haven't seen the musical finally get the context of that first scene when we get No One Mourns the Wicked, the reprise.
Yeah.
Like, yes. Like that final scene changes. It's part of, like, I don't know. Wicked is one of those plays. I've seen it 6 times.
I've seen it twice legally.
Okay, if we're counting bootlegs, I've seen it more than 6 times.
If we're getting slime tutorials,
I have I've seen it since I got into Wicked. I saw it almost every year that it came to Tampa up until COVID happened.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen it twice, and I mean, I love it. I've read the book, even though the book and the play aren't the same thing. But
the book is so different, and there is nobody has a plot arc in the book.
It's wild, though.
I need to reread it because I feel like when I was reading it, I was like 19. I feel like now that I know kind of more of what Gregory Maguire was intending with that book, I feel like there are parts of it that would hit harder and I would understand more now that I am out of my little conservative bubble.
Only seen it once live. And then
yeah.
I mean, Princess, pretty soon, like I said, you're gonna wake up tied up to a chair with me and Helen forcing you to watch it somehow. Like,
it is. It's such a good musical. For me, it was the first time I saw a character going through what I'd gone through as like a teenager with my eczema. Like there are so many people that are able to identify with like what's going on in that and every spin you can put on it is fantastic.
Yeah, no, as a person who dealt with a lot of bullying, just being fat, feminine in elementary school and middle school, when I got into it, I was like, oh, I see. I felt seen. Elva is my favorite fictional character of all time.
She's such a good character.
Yeah,
I love her.
Like Bad Witch books for a reason. Like,
oh, nice! I didn't realize that was why your channel name is.
Yeah, so I love witches. Witches are like my top, and love started from Wicked and Elphaba.
Yeah.
I'm
justifying that one to my evangelical mother, why I loved Wicked so much. That was an interesting moment, but my parents liked the musical, so
that's good. Okay, it is 11:16, so we're gonna do our next 45 minutes, and then we're gonna talk about a new movie that just came out that I'm gonna be telling everybody to watch. It's on Netflix.
Ooh, okay.
Let me pull this timer thing back up. There we go. And we're back. How'd everybody do?
I got page 32, and I filmed the intro for this vlog.
Love that. I got to I got to the 52% mark.
Oh, nice.
So it's about like an hour left at the speed I'm listening. So I think a little less than an hour. So I probably might finish next sprint if I read the whole sprint.
Yeah. That would be good.
I'm just about done dishes. Love that.
Very nice.
I did watch a little bit of TikTok. Have you seen the stuff about the new Evita production in the West?
Yeah, Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
I think that is such a like this. At least the staging for "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." Such a clever thing to do.
I thought it was too. I was like, oh, talented as well. Like I never make me hate you, Rachel. Like,
wow.
As much as Hollywood wants.
Such a good musical too.
I heard it might be coming to the Broadway. Like, I think I saw something.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool. That would definitely be cool.
What cross stitch are you doing? Is what was asked.
Ooh, okay, so we have this. It is supposed to look. This is kind of gives you a better idea of what it's supposed to look like. So it's like mountains and stuff. And I messed up, and I was like, I'll take care of that later. And now I don't remember what I was going to take care of. I remember what I was going to take care of. Okay, cool. I have remembered what I was doing.
Love that. Okay, so the movie I saw recently. It's on Netflix. Okay. It is called Top Demon Hunters.
Oh, I heard of that.
It is so good. I watched it yesterday. Me and my brother watched it. It's by the same studio that did like Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And it is fun.
That makes sense. I've seen some of the animation for it on like TikTok, and that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's fun. The music's good. It's really, I would like highly recommend. Helen, I will be forcing you to watch it because I want you to cry at certain scenes. My favorite thing. My favorite thing to do is to make Helen watch movies I hope will make her cry. One of my favorite friend activities to do.
I mean, are you truly friends if you don't try to make your friends cry?
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
But I loved it. So good. Gonna be my hyperfixation for a moment.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Want to watch it. It looks so fun. Listen to some BookTube and procrastinated on other stuff instead of doing the important stuff. Fill it. And then I do need to get with you, Helen, and we'll pick a time where we watch Frozen. Because they have
the Broadway
Disney
one.
Yeah, Disney Plus has it now, I think. Yeah. And so
I haven't even seen it, but I can already tell you that Broadway play 10 times better than the movie. I know that's fighting words for some people.
I like the first one, but number 2 is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Number 2 was fun. Like it was a whole ass mood.
Yeah, Frozen 2 is like top 10 favorite Disney movies.
You can it's so one of the things that frustrates me about Frozen is that it blew up so much when like Tangled is much better when you look at the score of the movie itself. The score works together much better.
Yeah.
And the Broadway play fixed that. But one of the things that I found out when I was like listening to behind the scenes stuff for Frozen is that they didn't really go in with a plan. And I'm like, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, I know like especially like the Elsa was originally supposed to be like a villain, more of the Ice Queen.
Yeah. Which I think making them sisters actually is a smart like twist. I liked the twist that they made for this. But I was like, yeah, I can tell that you didn't go in with a plan because you have 6 Disney princess songs and Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
Like, and it so the Broadway musical, I don't know if you listened to it, but they actually added some other songs.
Like I've heard Monster. but I haven't heard all of the additional stuff for it. But
yeah, I listened to it when the soundtrack came out on streaming, obviously.
Yeah.
And like they give Elsa some really cool songs. I love the duet that they finally gave on it. And Kristoff, yes. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, her niece doesn't need to know. Who's gonna tell her? Her friends are gonna tell her probably, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to watch it. I do love, like, I love it, but I do see, like, yeah, it's not the best. Like, I'm excited for the extra stuff.
Yeah, it's not. It's the musical is better as a story than the movie. The musical is better as a cohesive musical unit than the movie is.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's one of those weird things that my brain thinks about. That's what I went to school for.
Brains are fun.
They are. But it's still a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't like the final. Oh no, I guess Tangled was more of the CGI coffin, like 2D animation. I'm like, I miss a good 2D animation.
Tangled? I remember sitting down for Tangled, and I feel like Tangled was the first time, for me at least, that it felt like Disney had recaptured some of the magic of their 2D animation style. Right? Because like there's entire shots of Tangled, and I'm like, you can trace this to like one of the Disney Renaissance movies, right? Yeah. So I feel like they were still I think that one did a better job of capturing that, and then they went into their own kind of animation style, which I feel I do agree with some of the criticisms that they all look the same at this point.
Yeah. I wish Wish was.
I want to see that one.
Huh? You haven't seen it?
I want to see Wish. I haven't seen it yet. I don't really go to movies anymore.
My brother works for one, so like I get passes and stuff like that. But we saw Wish, and it's not terrible, but I wish they put more effort into it.
Yeah, I have heard that it feels like it was kind of phoned in.
Yeah. I just wish, more effort was put into it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That feels like that's what happens anytime we're focusing on a main character that's these days that's not white.
Yeah, it was a solid 70. Speaking of like Broadway stuff, did you see the what's her name's Tony performance from Gypsy?
Audra McDonald.
Yeah,
she did such a good job.
So good.
Audra McDonald gets what a lot of people who come into musical theater spaces from non-musical and non-theater spaces. She gets what a lot of people do not, and that's that musical theater, your singing is not always necessarily meant to be pretty.
Yeah,
like Audra McDonald proves through that whole thing that she can do the pretty singing, but it's the whole thing about musicals exist because when you can't put the feelings into words, you put them into song, right? And like you can tell in that Tony's performance, she gets that, and I loved it.
Yeah, she was acting in her singing, and it was
she was acting. You can tell she understood that character. You can tell she's comfortable with it, and she's like, you can also tell like the things that she is doing to protect her voice in some ways, and like how she kind of goes back and forth between what she's doing. Like it's such a smart bit of singing.
Gypsy was the first Broadway play I saw when it like in person, not on Broadway, but just like when it was touring, we saw it when I was kids. So I has a special place in my heart for like, especially like Rose's Turn. But
it's a really good musical. It's got some really good music.
It does, but she blew.
The title is unfortunate.
Huh?
The title
always been. I'm like, oof. but she took it she took it. And then also my current obsession is also Death Becomes Her.
Oh, yeah.
So
that
good.
One's just so fun. What was it? I saw somebody pointed out that like all of Megan Hilty's like accomplishments that she put in her the playbill were actually Meryl Streep roles. Which, I mean, is just so funny to me. That's hilarious, right?
Mm-hmm. Hello, just a person.
Oh, we have a person.
Yep, just a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Both of them, Megan and Jennifer, are.
I know we're getting close to when we need to go into the next sprint, but can we talk? Can we talk about the brilliance of the costume designer, especially with the dress where she comes out with the giant, like it literally looks like she has a giant hole in her stomach. And I'm sitting there going, I know how this is put together and how this works. I know what they've done.
Yeah,
I can't for the life of me see it though.
So talented, like because he's the same one that did the Wicked movie.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the same He won the Oscar for the costume design in Wicked, and it's the same guy.
That makes a lot of sense. The only thing I wish they had done with Wicked was I wish they had put Glinda in more than just pink. That's the only note I have for that.
I get it. Yeah. I get the reference they made. I like the reference that they did by making the bubble dress pink.
Yeah.
I like
that one, that's fine. I wish like some of her shiz uniforms had been, because I feel like yes, Glinda is pink. Like that's a key color for her. But I also felt like pastels are such a part of her vibe.
Yeah.
And it's such an interesting contrast. Like it's not like just the softness of the pastels is such an interesting contrast to Elphaba always being in black.
Yeah.
Right. So
I've seen some people say that like just from what we've seen in the trailers that they love that like Elphaba's new look is a lot more open.
Mm-hmm.
And because in the first one she's all like tightened up outfits, like her tightened up look, but this one she's now like open and free.
There's a lot of like Victorian inspiration, it looks like, in Elphaba's outfits, right?
Yeah.
Like I get like with the high collars, a lot of Victorian and a little bit of, which makes sense. I feel like there's a little bit of especially if you look at Madame Morrible's costumes, there's a lot of like feels like Edwardian inspo as well. So it's just.
But yeah, no, him and
Death are so much fun.
His costuming in Death Becomes Her is so good.
Some of the the effects, I've seen how they did some of the effects, and like I'm one of those people that tell me everything. Tell me everything about how you did things, because I love breaking the back stuff down. Yes, Elphaba does.
Yeah, she does. Let's see. It is 12:15, so we're gonna do our last sprint.
Do it.
We're gonna do a 45-minute sprint, and then we'll come back for a little bit of chitty chat, and then we will close it out. So it'll be about like 1 o'clock-ish.
Let's do it.
Would helpful if I pulled the timer up. And we're back. That was the final sprint of the day. How did everybody do?
So I didn't get any reading done, but I did get started on this guy.
Ooh, fun.
I got the little Lord of the Rings Woobles kit, and like I'm gonna do one Wooble for every book in the series.
Oh, fun.
So, anyways.
Ooh, love Apex for you. I got to the 70% mark of the audio.
Nice.
So I will definitely be finishing before the book club meeting at 4.
Perfect. That's good. It's good. It's always nice when you know you're gonna be able to finish it.
Yeah, that was fun. I haven't played in a while. Ooh, nice. I'm glad you want to play. Oh, you got any more plans for today or anything fun at least?
I'm gonna hang out with my brother and play some Baldur's Gate 3 a little bit later.
Fun.
So yeah, he was my other plans this week, and I was like, hey, what day can you hang out? And he's like, it's Sunday. And I was like, hey, just question, what time Sunday?
Yeah. Yeah, because originally we were gonna do sprints yesterday for people in chat, but because I was originally gonna get off of work because I did a half day on Friday. They wanted us to work on Saturday a little bit, and they had originally told us 11 to 3 was gonna be the Saturday shift, but then they were like, oh, actually, can you do 3 to 7? And so I was like, yes.
I'm sure you weren't complaining because Monday, but also, come on, guys.
Yeah, it was
so last minute.
Yeah, but it made what we're doing. It's like we have to wait for every little thing before we can make our plans for things.
Yeah, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
That was one of the annoying things about working food service was you didn't always know from week to week what your schedule was going to look like.
Yeah.
Especially when I was like part-time. Once I got to be full-time at my store, that was a little bit different because like they had specific roles that they needed you to do for full-time. But when I was part-time in college, it was one of those things where it's like, well, we don't necessarily need the part-timers all the time.
Yeah.
So
I feel that. I'm lucky at the arena because right now I'm doing a side thing. But at the arena, I'm number 2 seniority wise, so I get a pretty decent when there's stuff. But it's been a really slow summer this year.
I was at my store when I was in college. I was at that store for like 2.5 years, and by the time I got to the end, my scheduling was so easy because I got to the point that like the manager who did the scheduling absolutely adored me. So I just was like, hey Jeff, I need this day off, or hey Jeff, this is when I can work now. And he'd be like, yep, okay, we'll take you whenever.
I'm finishing up some planning so I can film some of the reset and get ready for the fall. I need to plan my reset video. I think I'm going to film that maybe next weekend.
Yeah.
But I do need to film the TBR. And I need to film my TikTok videos for today. For the week. Because I try to do all my filming in one day for the week.
Smart. I used to be able to do that. I cannot do that any longer.
Okay, werewolf book while Pippin was outside, and then there were stranger dogs. I feel that. Off phone now. Yeah, no, I used to. I didn't do it last week. Last week I kind of took a break from just posting or filming anything besides the cover reveal video for Angela Montoya's new book. I found filming on the weekend is just easier because I was filming like legit 10 Thursday nights before the video would be up Friday, and it was more stressful. But filming on the weekend is made planning easier.
It really does change things. That's when I used to do Sundays used to be my filming day when I was working at a normal 9 to 5 where I was not in charge of my schedule. Now I can just be like, you know what? Monday's filming day. So nice. Okay.
Love that.
Who was it? Somebody was talking about, because they're doing the Amazing Readathon, they were talking about the fact that like they're going to be burnt out in July. And I was like, well, that's why some of the prompts are self-care. Yeah. Like some of the prompts are like, just go to a book, like it's a bookish date, but like most of us, I feel like that's like, just go to a bookstore and chill at the bookstore.
Speaking of that, let me do something while we're talking about that.
Oh, okay, we can do something.
Oh no, I'm pulling up your video that just came out.
Yeah.
So I can link it in the chat.
Beautiful. If you guys hadn't guessed yet, Paco is one of my friends that's going to be hanging out with me.
Yeah, one of these Sundays. I just gotta wait for my schedule to show before I confirm it. Because my schedule for the
I figured
month is not up yet for January.
Yep.
Next month.
I figured that was the case, because I know you probably get your. I mean, I'm surprised that they would have your entire schedule out for the month. A lot of the time, I'm used to people doing like week to week when you're working.
They try to do monthly because it's not like it's an event based.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like when depending on when these concerts or shows or whatever show up, the only thing is like we'll get surprise catering events pop up. So it all depends on that. But let me paste.
Okay, because I knew you had a customer facing job.
Yeah.
And I knew it was at an arena. So
if you guys see this link, it is for Margaret's newest video where she talks about her readathon for next month. It's a very calm readathon.
Yes, it's the vibes are whatever you need it to be. If you need it to be chill, it's chill. If you need it to kick you in the butt, it can kick you in the butt.
The summer arena is at the beginning of July, but I don't think I will participate. I just saw that the tarot readathon is coming back in July, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I kind of want to do that, but then I'm like, I don't also.
Like, I mean, Mid-Year Scramble pairs really well with other readathons.
Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe, but then I was like, I don't want to.
You're like,
because it's like it's not. You don't have to put pressure on it unless you put it on yourself. But I was like, I don't want to have to put pressure on myself if I don't have to.
Yeah, there's like 3 different options to participate in Mid-Year Scramble. I feel like the lowest pressure option is probably the decision tree, because like there's one that you can either go all book-based prompts, like the goal prompts, or one you can go all self-care prompts. And then probably next would be the bingo board, and the final one is the summer reading challenge one, because that one involves getting points and prizes.
Ooh, fun. But yeah, so definitely check out this video, y'all. Let's see. I'm about to close it out because I know you have plans, so I don't want to keep you too long.
I don't know when my plans are because it's my brother. He's like, what about 5? And I was like, that works. And he's like, actually, it might be later. And I'm like,
I hate brothers. That's my brother too.
We have fights about this on occasion, because if I tell you that I'm going to be doing something at a specific time, I am going to be doing that thing at that specific time, you know? Like if I say, hey, I'll be back about 11, you're going to I'll be back to do stuff with you at 11, unless something drastic changes.
Yeah. Or you'll get a heads up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm low-key planning on participating in the Jane Austen July this year, skipping like 2 of the prompts and combining 2.
I like Jane Austen July. I've done that before. I haven't done it recently.
Yeah. Helen is our resident Jane Austen girly. If you do like Jane Austen, you should definitely check out Fire Island, the movie.
Yeah.
It's a Pride and Prejudice retelling, but like takes place on Fire Island, and it's so good.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, queer and everything. So do you have any, besides this news video, which everybody should definitely check out, do you have anything you want to promote or anything coming up people should keep an eye out for?
I had a video that just came out that wasn't that video. What was it? Hold on. My most recent video before that. Oh gosh, wow. It's been a while since I've logged into Studio on this particular computer. Okay, if anyone's looking for short books, I do have a video that I just did. The video before this one was short books. And then if anyone wants to join us next weekend, I am participating in Neva's 24-hour sprint.
Okay.
So that'll be starting on Neva's channel at 7 p.m. And then I will be closing it out at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's Saturday? Okay. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. She used to do all 24 hours herself and then like just have people pop on. But now she has multiple people kind of going in. We just do like a little row, a bunch of us all in a row. So,
yeah, I've seen that.
It's fun. It's fun. I did one year that I stayed up for all 24 hours.
Ooh.
It wasn't on purpose.
Here you go.
But,
that's the short video.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Relay sprints. Yeah, relay sprints.
Exactly. We literally like she has a playlist and we go from channel to channel to channel. So
that's good. Yes, I have on Saturday my second author interview. I will be interviewing Sandra Proudman, the author of Salvation.
Okay.
So it's a Legend of Zorro retelling. Very good, fun YA fantasy.
Let me just pull up my Goodreads and add that to the TBR.
So I'll be doing my second author interview, and that will be at, I believe it's 1 p.m. PST. Let me double check.
Did I see that was okay? I found it. Never mind. I was going to ask about the spelling because I thought I saw something, and I was correct. All right, got it.
That makes sense. It can be something I do the last week and a half next month to see how many short. Oh, okay.
No, that should be fun. What the fuck did I just do with this cross stitch?
Let me double check the time. I believe it is at 1 p.m. PST, but it could be.
Are you doing it live or do you already have it recorded in live?
Yeah, it's going to be live.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe it's 1 p.m. PST. And then you guys will see on Instagram soon, I will post if you guys have any questions for this author, that I can add to my questions, which I need to start getting my questions ready.
I think that's the scariest one about like doing interviews with people. It's like, can I come up with good questions?
Yeah. When did the Scarlet Veil come out? It was not last year, it was the year before. That was 2022.
23?
Thank you. I believe it's 23. Here, let me look. I have it right here. I can get to it. Right by my desk. I just gotta scoot my chair.
Scoot that chair. Okay. This is the one.
Yeah, 2023. Princess.
Nice.
Which I forgot. I did not realize next month my TBR is going to be very vampire heavy.
Is that a problem?
No. That fits. Love that. Thank you so much. I feel like I've been leaning on you a lot. I appreciate it. I mean, I get it. It gets like that.
That's what friends are
for. But, and then, so I have the interview on Saturday, and then Friday we will be having my July TBR once it's filmed. We'll be out on Friday.
Nice.
Regularly scheduled program. And then I don't think I'm doing sprints next week just because I am doing the interview on Saturday.
That's a lot in one weekend.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to do sprints. And then I know Sunday I'm trying out a new book club because they're doing the Night in the Mouth, and I want to talk about that with people.
Ooh, exciting. Is it in person or online?
It's in person. It's at a bookstore I don't usually go to, but I'm going to try it out. Oh no, whole vampire month. Twist my arm, yeah. Because I've got to read what is it? I'm looking at Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil. I'm reading that next month.
Yeah.
For the book club that I'm going to today, next month's meeting. And then I am reading Scarlet Veil, which is a reread, but it also is vampires. So I went to the book signing, or not book signing, because she didn't sign any books, but it was the book talk for V. Schwab, and it was really good to hear her talk about it.
Nice. Did you go to the one where she was sitting with Jodi Picoult? I saw one of them. One of them, Jodi Picoult, was the narrator, and I was like, "Oh, Victoria, no."
I don't think so. It was in the San Francisco.
Okay. Jodi Picoult is not particularly a problematic author. She tends to be on the right side of most things. She has Shakespeare opinions that irk me as a theater student.
I'm trying to think who the hell is that, if that's who it was. I don't think so, because I don't think that was an author. Princess might know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Princess knows. She was not there. Yeah, it's the same one. But hearing her talk about it makes me want to reread Addie LaRue.
Yeah.
Because
I saw that.
Huh?
I saw... I'm sorry, Helen's reaction.
Oh, I think that was
yes. Yes, she is an anti-Stratfordian, which, if you don't know, that's the people that think Shakespeare couldn't have written his plays because he was poor.
Oh.
Anyways.
Okay.
But no, I remember that conversation where she was talking about Addie LaRue and like how she wrote that. And that was just like, I was like, that whole conversation feels like such a mood. Like, I will never write that again, but you're welcome.
Yeah. But no, I really like that she said that this book, so the new one thing I really liked is, so Bury Our Bones in My Soul is supposed to be in conversation with Addie.
Yeah.
Because like Addie LaRue's immortality with hope, and this is like immortality with hunger. Like the dark. Okay. I'm like, okay, I'm excited, and then I don't know, just the way she was talking about it, I was like, I kind of want to reread Addie now, because I did not care for it when I first read it.
It wasn't so much that they don't think he knew how to read and write. It's that because he was like, he didn't travel at all, they think that if there's no way he could have possibly known details about these things. They're like, but did he get the details right? We know white men love to just make things up.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're true.
And British white men, that's like the OG flavor.
It truly is. It truly is.
And that's where the audacity came from.
And anything that the United States did, we may have leveled it up, but anything that we have done that's terrible, we learned the basics from Britain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, before you go, I think Princess has a question.
Okay, before I go.
Oh, because he's really accurate about it. Ancient Rome. Laugh, laugh, laugh. What did you think of Don't Let the Forest In?
What is it about? Let me pull up what I rated it, because I don't remember entirely. Hold on. Oh, fuck, I forgot my stupid fucking Bookly is screwed. Okay, I ended up giving it 4 stars. It wasn't like my favorite book ever, but it's definitely one of those that's not really a Margaret book, but it was so well written. When it came to like, when you're looking at like a prose level and the way the story was constructed, I very much get what you were saying about things being like weird, deeply weird, and you questioning what was going on. I feel like was kind of the vibe that the author was going for, having you go, is this real? Is this not real? Like, you're questioning what is actually going on. And that's not something that's going to work for everyone. Some of us like to actually know a little bit of what's going on. But it's gorgeous. It's wonderful. It was very much like an atmospheric vibes book. And beautifully written and very gay. So.
Which was super cool. It was written like a fairy tale. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe from them. I'm at the halfway point where
very much like a dark fairy tale.
The something happened to one of the teachers is the part I left off at.
Mm-hmm. I have no memory of this place, as Gandalf says.
I do like the writing is really pretty.
It is. It's really pretty. And
I do feel like right now where I'm standing, it's a 3.
Yeah.
I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it, if that makes sense.
I feel that.
Because in one of our group, Lynn, who was here earlier, gave it 5 and loved it, and Princess didn't love it.
Yeah, I saw Princess's review on, which like 100% like understand all of the points that you brought up.
It's fun when the group doesn't agree. I feel like it's the funner when a group doesn't agree.
It is, especially if you're discussing it.
Yeah.
But that was one of those reviews where like you were doing, and I was like, this is exactly the kind of review where like Princess didn't like the book, but there are going to be people listening to you talk about it and go, that sounds like the book for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do suggest people pick it up if they want a dark fairy tale, but the twist at the ending, I was like, boo, tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Very intrigued. I will say, Princess not liking it has made me want to read it like more.
Yeah. I think I saw that. If it's the twist I'm thinking of, there's a couple of twists in it. But like, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure I saw that coming pretty far out. Like at least halfway through, I was like, oh, I'm noticing where this is happening. Okay.
I'm happy for you, Paco. We don't always agree on the same type of books. Like I'm okay with a little more whimsy and a little more like not a clear.
It is whimsy but dark.
Yeah.
Listen. E. Lockhart got me once with that trope.
Oh.
Nobody's getting me again with that trope. Sorry, what?
E. Lockhart's the Liars book, right? We Are Liars.
One of E. Lockhart's books is We Were Liars, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I will not confirm or deny if that is the book I'm talking about.
I've only read Family of Liars. Prequel.
The prequel?
I read it for our book club, and one of the sisters got me so fucked up.
We Were Liars is one of those books that it was the kind of book that normally I would give 1 star because of things that happened in it. But it was so well written and I got so well. I was like, okay, you get 2.
You got to respect the hustle.
You get 2, even though most of the time this is an automatic 1 star.
But I'm also excited.
Yeah.
Knowing Princess, your type, like the type of book, what you like and don't like, what you're gonna think of Bury Our Bones, just because of like the unreliable narrator part of
it. That's fun.
I mean, I'm so down. If we want to start making a date to finish the book by, and like do a talk, we can, Princess. I will make a. How close are you to finishing Gods and Monsters, Helen? Yeah.
Why is there not here?
I am so excited. I'm just looking at my shelf right now. I'm like, oh, all these books I need to make people read.
That's amazing. I know, right? Like, that's the entire point. Like, you don't have to like it. I just need you to read it most of the time.
And then I'll
judge. That's me with Percy Jackson. I'm like, I don't need you to like it. I think you're wrong, but I don't need you to like it. I just need you to read it.
What's your favorite in the original series?
My favorite in the original series, this is very much a like tells you where my priorities are, is the final one, Last Olympian.
I get it.
Yeah. My favorite in the sequel series is my favorite of all of Rick's books is Mark of Athena.
Mark of Athena's fun. I really like Mark of Athena. I think I'm more of a House of Hades.
Mm-hmm. House of Hades is a very close second.
Yeah. I love House of Hades, and it's because of like it gets a little more witchy, and I like that.
Yeah, because you have Nico and
Hazel. Like Hazel gets her
and oh my god, Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel gets her witch arc, and I love Hazel. But if I rank the original series, I think even though I love Annabeth is one of my faves. Titans might be one of my favorites.
Titans. Here's the thing, like there is for a book that has very little Annabeth in it, there is so much Annabeth in Titan's Curse.
Yeah.
Because Percy, there is one girl. I know we have a whole thing that happens with Rachel, but like that boy met the love of his life at 12 and thought of no one else afterwards. Ooh, yeah. I love it when you you know that. I have books now, Princess, that like I have associated with specific points of like specific games. Like the one that I just finished, Service Model, I have like seared in my. I was playing it while I was playing Skyrim because that's a really good game to like have an audiobook for. So like there's a specific section of Skyrim now that I'm like, anytime I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I was reading Service Model.
But yeah, I'm still, I will always be mad that I really thought that a character that dies in Titan's Curse wasn't dead. I was 100% sure.
Oh, they weren't very. Yeah. As Jennifer Simmerd would say, that was rude.
Yeah. I really was like fully until that we saw like in the next book when we meet that character again in another like I was like, oh, they're still alive. We didn't see a body.
You know, that works really well for comic books. It doesn't always work for book.
Yeah.
I had to learn that lesson the hard way. But sometimes, I mean, like it's one of those things, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I grew up a comic book nerd and a superhero movie. Unless you see the body. And even then,
especially if it's the Batman.
Yeah. Batman like X-Men. Like
that too.
People don't stay dead.
Someone is blasting country music outside my window.
Oh, I got being blasted outside mine as they drive by.
That's funny.
Yeah. But no,
I messed up.
I am deeply excited for that. Also, I feel like if you like the dynamic of Little Thieves, I know that's one of your favorite ships.
Yes.
Besides the fact that I recommend this book to everyone, because it's like I'm recommending it to everyone. Cruel Thirst has nervous shy guy and girl who's gonna like beat him up romance trope. Like,
oh my god, that sounds so good.
Because it's it's by Angela Montoya, one of my favorite authors, and I love this book. So I made everybody in the chat read.
How did I know it was going to be an Angela Montoya book?
Yeah, because I love it. Cruel Thirst is one of my favorite books of all time. I read it twice.
I was expecting it to be Sinner's Isle.
I love Sinner's Isle, but Cruel Thirst, the dynamic is just chef's kiss.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Fledgling vampire nerd.
Yeah.
And wannabe vampire huntress, who was trying to prove herself, is our dynamic. So good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, Helen even says it was good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How? Whoever decided to put these two shades of blue together, I just want to word with them because they look so similar until you get the full cross on the darker one.
I'm not. Oh, I think this is towards you. Not recommending if we were villains. I thought we were friends.
I'm a Shakespeare girly. What can I say?
We all have our faults.
We do, and princesses might just be not liking me if we were villains.
That's
another one. Again, I can understand why people might not like it, especially with the way the ending goes, because to me there was no ambiguity in how it ended. They are insufferable, but I also like both of the teachers. I had those professors in school. And I knew some of those kids in school. They were much nicer and not nearly as awful. But my favorite part is like I did a whole vlog where I was reading Dark Academia and I read one that was if we were villains, and I remember being like, the only thing about this book that is not accurate is that no one is gay. And then like 2 chapters later, I was like, oh, he is gay. These two boys are obsessed with each other. But yeah, no, it's an odd book. So
have you read Lady Macbeth yet? Ava Reed's.
I haven't read Lady Macbeth. Macbeth is not. So I read all Foul is Fair is the title. I read that one. I'm not the biggest fan of the Scottish play. Just in general, You know what? I fully respect that, Princess. I also wanted to deck all of them. They were so stupid, but it was entertaining to me. It was entertaining as fuck to me because I'm just like, yeah, these are my classmates.
I wouldn't dislike the video. I would dislike the video. I didn't love you so much.
Listen, it is one of 16 books, Princess. One of 16. Hopefully some of the other 16 will redeem me.
You now have a check.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully that'll one of the 16 will put me back in Princess's good graces.
Oh, since Princess and Helen, you're in chat, I can show you because it came in the mail and I never showed you guys. I got the fairy loot. The Shadows Between Us came in.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so
we love pretty books.
I loved it. I enjoyed this book. This book is really fun. This is the re-release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what the? That's amazing.
So basically, the plot of this book is our girl. She is like going to go. She gets to like have her debut into court, and her goal is to marry the Shadow King, kill the Shadow King, and then take his throne.
I know exactly how well that's gonna go.
Yeah. So, and then I love this shade of purple.
Yes.
And then this.
Purple is the superior color.
And then yeah, because they did this book as one of their picks back in like 2020, but this was the fairy loot. This is the second one. This is their first edition, or it was just like a colorway of it, not even a straight edges because this is 2020 fairy loot. So, and then they did the sequel, which came out this year or last year. So this is a sequel.
Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, so they had to release it to like have it match.
Yeah, they re-released a edition to match the first one. So
yeah. Listen, editions of books need to match.
And I kind of wanted to reread the first one because I read it when it first came out, and then I read the sequel last year and I really liked it. And I'm like, I kind of want to reread the first one. Who doesn't love a good reread?
That's fun.
Oh, you painted your pages of that book purple. Yeah, it makes sense.
Purple is a good color.
Not I would color Oh, if I do a reread, okay, I'll let you know. I probably won't do a reread maybe until November or the fall. But I don't know. And I think I'm going to do a reread of The Hacienda in October.
Ooh, I read that one. That one was really good.
That's one of my favorites. I haven't reread it, and I'm like, I need to reread it.
Yeah. I need to read. I feel like I really liked that. Enjoyed that one. I thought it was really well written. Again, one of those is like I read it, like knowing that like the ending probably was not going to make it a Margaret book, but I still really appreciated the book and the reading. I really want to read Vampires of El Norte because that feels like it's going to be a whole ass mood for me.
Vampire of El Norte is so good. The Hacienda, the way that she does witches in that book, is just my perfect version of it. Like if you want to describe what I love about witches, it is that book.
She also does the creep factor so well in that book, and I'm hard to creep out. Like I'll read serial killer novels when I am the only person at home.
I want to get to Vampires of El Norte in the fall. Okay. Yeah. I know her next book is exciting too. Her next one comes out in September, and it's a Possession.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I mean, the way she writes, I would expect it to be exciting.
Oh, sure. I just saw your sweater. I'm wearing my shirt right now.
It's one of my favorites.
Helen, we don't talk about that. Okay. In the Hacienda. I love Father Andre, okay? One of my favorites. And I don't know what it is about Isabel Cañas' men that she writes. But usually when I read a book, I'm like, I love the female character. That's my favorite. But the way she writes her men, chef's kiss. Nestor and Father Andres.
Yeah.
Yes, the chef's kiss. Have you read? You haven't read Vampires of Norte yet, or
I
you?
haven't read. I think I got it last year because I was trying to read vampire books since I was on Team Vampire last year, but I'd never it ended I remember I got the physical book, but I was waiting for the audiobook to come on hold, and it didn't come on hold until come to me until December.
Ugh.
And I was like, well, I'm not. The vampire moment is gone, my friends. Yeah. I'm not there any longer.
Did you see Sinners?
I haven't seen. Again, I don't go see a lot of movies because I still, when I am in crowded places with people that I do not know, I still mask.
Yeah.
Because it would be just in general, me getting anything respiratory would be bad. That kind of thing usually takes me out because of my asthma for weeks at a time.
Fair.
So a lot of the time I'm not going to the movies unless it is something I am desperate to be the first person to see or one of the first people to see. I think the last movie I went to see was the Eras Tour movie.
Okay, you redeemed yourself, apparently.
It is so good. It is so good. I told you I'd get there. There was a lot in that list.
I don't know if you have Max, but I think I heard that it's gonna be on Max soon.
Ooh, nice. I need to get to where I can watch the Murderbot show on Max.
And that's on Apple.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. I know what I need to, but you made me think of the sci-fi shows.
Yeah.
It was so good. I was fighting for my life trying to remember the robot's name, and then I'm editing it and I'm going Moscap.
I hate that shit.
Okay, so Princess, if you liked A Psalm for the Wild Bill, it's not quite the same vibes. He's a little bit more it's a little closer to literary fiction. You might like Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Because it's very much got those vibes of kind of a robot and a robot and a companion. I don't want to spoil anything. A robot and a companion traveling, trying to find answers to some things. It's very much like post-apocalyptic, not as good as Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor, which is fantastic, but also along those kind of same vibes. A lot of asking about what is humanity? What makes people human? What is free will?
Nettle and Bone is so good.
It is. It's fantastic, and I'm very excited for what is it? Silver and Hemlock that's coming out this year.
Yeah, I think she has a couple that are coming out. I think she has another one too. I don't remember which one, but
his character is prolific.
I read Sword Heart and I enjoyed that. I've read three. I've read that, Nettle and Bone, and A Sorceress Comes to Call.
Nice. I've read House with Good Bones, another one that is super creepy, but so good. Service Model, Princess by Adrian Tchaikovsky. It's the same spelling for Tchaikovsky as the composer.
I got Silver and Hemlock. It's an e-art. What's it like to be God's favorite?
I need to get back on my NetGalley and get my feedback ratio down so I can start requesting arcs again for the newer book.
Mm-hmm. I had physical arcs, but I didn't even two of my more excited books, but I didn't even read them before the books came out.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is a lot of the time I just don't read it until.
Yeah, because I got Bury Our Bones at Y'all West.
Yeah.
It's right here. I got Bury Our Bones, and then I got A Treachery of Swans.
Oh, nice. That's such a pretty cover too. What is A Treachery of Swans?
So Sapphic Swan Lake retelling.
Okay.
It's about, I believe it is a sorceress is going to she has supposed to impersonate the princess or whatever for whatever reason, and then plans fall through and I guess her father dies and she kind of gets a thing for the princess.
Yeah. It sounds like it's Odette and Odile.
Yeah. Black Swan, White Swan. It is the same author as Where the Dark Stands Still, which I loved. I read that earlier this year and loved it. It was so good. Nice. I am finding that anything is being compared to Howl's Moving Castle, I'm gonna love it because I loved the Maid. I read the Maid and the Crocodile as well. 5
That was
stars.
so good.
5 stars.
It was very good.
Princess did not like A House on Good.
Oh no. Okay. I mean, it's a weird book and a very different vibe, so I totally understand that.
Are you an Olivia Blake fan?
I liked the Atlas 6. I don't know if I'm going to like the rest of the series because Margaret has her heart set on a ship that she doesn't think is happening.
Who's our ship?
Our ship is Livy and what's his face?
That's the rich
The
one.
one that's obsessed with Gabriel. Livy is the guy she hates. I am always here for academic rivals.
They were good. I like their energy.
They have such fun energy.
Reading, because I'm only read the first one. I think the way that she wrote this telepath character, the Pike Girl, I want to see her write Emma Frost.
Oh, nice. The one thing I know about Atlas 6 is that I am team Caleb needs to die. Or Callum needs to die at all times.
That's the empath, right?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of them.
Yeah.
I liked everyone but him. I mean, you're supposed to hate him.
I think are not for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm that. Atlas 6, that series is on my series I need to finish for the rest of the year. That's one of them, so I'm excited to get to that eventually. But I've read what is it? Looking for it on my shelf. Oh, it's on that side. The death one. I forget what it's called.
Oh God, I know which one you're talking about. No, it's one of her like early ones, right? That was self-pub. I know what book you're talking about. It's in my. I can see the cover. That would be Blake. No, wait, never mind. I'm thinking of Alone with You in the Ether. Probably not it. Masters of Death?
Yeah, Masters of Death. I read that one and I liked it, and I heard people say that it gives very like D&D like vibes in the sense of like the players. I don't know. It's more of a character-based book.
We love character-based over here.
Yeah, and it's very. I think you'd like it.
I can forgive a lot of things if the characters grab me.
Yeah. And then I read the Romeo and Juliet retelling one, and I just did not care for that one.
Yeah.
It was the witches one. It was her witchy one. I just didn't care for it.
Oh no, not the witchy one.
I know, and that's saying something if I don't like it.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, Warcross is so good.
It is. That was so good. And then the sequel was good, but not nearly as good.
And that's Marie Lu, right?
Yeah, that's Marie Lu.
I'm excited to check out Red City.
Yeah.
Her adult. What's the mid-year scramble? That's what we were talking about earlier. That's the
we were talking about that at the beginning. I don't think Princess was here yet.
Yeah.
So the mid-year scramble is something that I did one year as like a little weekend readathon I was trying to do because I'd done the mid-year freakout tag, realized how far behind I was. And then my friends who were doing it with me were like, Margaret, why would you only do this for a weekend? You are insane. And so the next year I did it for a whole month. So it's basically just a readathon where the only thing you have to do to participate is make progress on a single goal. So like reading one book means you participated.
Yeah. And she's gonna have a bunch of lives for them. So
yeah.
Check those out. Check those out.
I think I can fix this. Okay, I fixed it. I'm out here screwing up my cross stitch because I can't tell what color blue is blue. Anyways.
I'm just like, ugh.
I do something similar, Princess, for the end of the year. It's not a full. Fuck, what did I do there? It's not a full readathon in the same way, but I do the mid-year or the a reading wrap challenge at the end of the year, which is just a bingo board to kind of help narrow down. Again, I'm always about like narrowing down options and helping direct myself. Executive function does not function sometimes.
I do it on my own. It's not like a readathon or anything like that, but December is, I call it like my sequel month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fun.
I try to focus, besides like books that I have to read for book clubs and stuff, I try to make all of kind of just catching up on series and stuff.
Yeah. December is my finish all of the books that I started in the year and forgot about month.
Well, that's smart. That's smart. But yeah, because I just I've liked the idea of ending the year with not starting something new and just either continuing on a series or finishing it out.
That Princess calling us out.
Princess, I said we were going to be done with sprints at one. We have not done any more sprints. That was the last sprint at one. So if we want to be technical.
Oh, you were like, what? I'm going to let you go like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we were talking and chatting. That's fine. But we've
I knew it was my brother. So later for games. Hold on, I'm sending him a text message. So later for games, it sounds like he may have had something come up.
Yeah, I mean, Princess, you're the one that was complaining about me going too short for sprints.
Ooh.
I know you were looking out for me. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was saying when we ended. I was gonna be like, when Margaret needs to go, we'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Princess is going from like, she starts her, because the reason I'm doing sprints this week, or this, I usually do them on Mondays, but I'm covering for Princess because she's taking a break from sprints. And
that makes sense.
I was like, I'll cover for you on these Sundays, but she goes 11 to like 5.
I used to do like 6 hours of sprints on my Saturday sprints. I have wound that back a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, your crown is coming back to you. I'm throwing it back at you in July. back. These are your days. I'm just like manning the ship.
I'm just here as a substitute teacher. Yeah. You can have the class back next month.
Not to throw, just yeeting it towards you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeeting.
Because, girl, you can do it. I believe you. I can't. Not with my life. Legit, I had like last Sunday, I had to do them late in the day. I did it with Snell because I had Pride. Sack Pride.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then the Sunday before that, I worked. So, and then next Sunday, I can't because I got another thing I got to do.
Yeah. You got to love life getting in the way of the most important thing, reading sprints.
I know. The way that I've not been reading this month is so making me mad.
Yeah.
I've been doing a very different job thing this month, and so it's just been taking my time and
Is that me that went out or Paco?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was you or if it was me. Because my internet sometimes decides it doesn't want to exist anymore.
Princess says, "Oh, he froze. He will be back. Give him a minute."
Okay. Because 99 times out of 100, if someone is frozen, it's me.
Yeah, no. My Wi-Fi likes to fuck me up once in a time. So it's like through like habit.
It likes to be like, hey, all that money you pay for Wi-Fi, what if I just didn't work?
We are used to this. Helen, again, I feel like you're the last one to talk about issues. We were on Discord once, on a Discord call, and Helen legit was having some issue where she could not hear anything I was saying.
Oh no.
Like
I've had that happen.
It was me, her, and someone else in chat, and the person fully thought Helen just was being rude and talking over me. But it was just Helen could not hear me. Listen.
Listen, I've had my own issue. One of my D&D groups, we play over Discord, and I have had my issues. And what I found out was that it was because I was using the browser instead of the desktop version. Because apparently, if you were trying to do video, it works better.
Yeah, she thought we were legit beefing. Because I would say or start a sentence, and then Helen would just cut me off, like right there with something else. Like it was just funny. I was like, oh, okay, Helen.
Yeah. Word.
You know, it was funny. But I do think we should call it, because it is 150. I do think we should call it. But like I said,
I need to go check in with my brother, see what he's doing.
Yeah, I have 2 links to check out. They are Margaret's newest videos.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time when we press this end stream, but it'll take a minute because you know how long those things take.
They do.